Everyone, and what a very good way to start off today's edition of the program. The message is simple, right? Highly inspirational, motivational as well. Let us come together to heal the world. Let us come together to make the world a better place. A lot is happening right now, not just in our homes, in our societies, in the country, in the world at large, but what matters is just 4 letters: LOVE. LOVE, that is love. When you love your parents, you love your siblings, you love your colleagues, your friends, business associates, clients. When you love people, even if they don't love you back, that's the only way this world can be better. Maybe you help me interpret it in Igbo, please. Very true. Okay. And it's on that note we say good morning to you. Welcome to today's edition of She Matters, a program for the female gender. Not just the female gender, children now are now evolved because almost on weekly basis we get to record stories of children either being maltreated, intimidated, or faced with one form of abuse or the other. And yes, we try as much as we can to bring up the stories to the front burner and hear what you have to say and prefer solutions to them. Okay, my name is Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable.
Clara.
Thank you so much. All right. So before we go ahead with the bad, sad stories that we've got for you this morning, we'd like to let everyone know that a Nigerian woman has made us proud. Her name is Dosumu Ogumi. Yes, she is the first black woman to earn a PhD in robotics engineering from the University of Michigan. Do you know what it is to be the first black woman and maybe the first Nigerian woman? Yes, to earn a PhD. Robotics. Robotics engineering is a field that a lot of women don't go into. Yes, a lot of women. So for her to have achieved this feat, no. She must have passed through a lot. And I also heard that she's, a daughter to migrants. So her parents immigrated, to that country. I think that's the United States. I'm trying to find the particular country where this happened. But it's a very good one. At least, yeah, for once in our lives, let's hear news like this. Yes, so, all right. And over from that good news, let's go over to the emotional part of the story now. I'm tired. I said this last week, right? And I'm saying it again. But what do? We have to bring up the stories so you know exactly what's going on in the country. We'll be focusing on the silent crisis in our homes. The issue of widows and eviction and domestic violence. The issue of broken homes, broken systems. The issue of greed. The issue of violence in our homes. We'll be making reference to 2 trending stories that I know would make you shed a tear this morning, except your heart is as strong as Momo. I know what I'm saying. Except you have a heart of stone. You see these 2 stories we want to talk about today. It will shake you. It will move you. And let me shock you that these 2 stories, one happened just 2 days ago, and the other one happened, I think, yesterday. So these are fresh stories that maybe you've not even heard from any other person, except you must have seen it on social media. The first one is the story of a father-in-law who locked out his 28-year-old widow or daughter-in-law 8 days after her husband's death. Did you hear me? The father-in-law locked out his daughter-in-law, who's just 28 years old, with 2 children. 8 days. I did not say 1 month. I did not say 1 week. Okay, 1 week, yeah? 7 days, 8 days, yeah. 1 week after her husband's demise. Please help us with the story.
Woman against all in who Akuka bịara n'ọzịlite isi kemgbe ụnyaahụ. Ị na-aghọta? Otu nwoke ọbịa lee nwunye ya nwoke nwụrụ anwụ. Nwunye nwoke a ọ ka wa abala asatọ ọkara nwụrụ. Ịghọtala? ha bịala nwe ya ọkwa na nwa ya ha nwunye nwa ya ha ọmụtara ya nwa ọ mụtara ụmụ nwoke abụọ ịwala ya bịa nnọọ yi na ụmụ ya ndị ka ọzọ ka dị ndụ bịa lee nwunye nwa ya ahụ di ya nwa ya nwoke lụ nwa ya nwoke ahụ anwụkwa n'ana ịwala ya gaa n'ụlọ ahụ lee were igodo kpọchie ya si nwa ya nwa ya
daughter-in-law ya
ka ahụ nwa ya alụ nwunye nwa ya ahụ na ngwa na ọ kwakọrọ ihe shininga ahụ pụọ ya na ụmụ ya ndị ka ọzọ dị ndụ ha bịa nnọọ wakpo ebe ahụ lee ebe niile nọchie si nwunye nwa ya ahụ na m ebe ọkpọ ụmụaka ndị ahụ agaji ịma ọhụrụ na ọmụtaghị nwa a ga-asị na ọmụtaghị nwa mana ọ bịara ama mụta ụmụ nwoke abụọ amadụ ebe isi akpọrọ ụmụ nwoke ndị ahụ gawa ka a na-ekwukwanụ ọ galawa abalị asatọ nwunye na o teela ama m ghọtara ndịkwa n'ebe nwaanyị kara arụghị uju obi agbawala ya na di ya hapụrụ ya n'oge nwụọ ya abịala hụ nnọọ sịkwa ya kwara ngwongwo ya shinga even na mmadụ masị ha kwara ajọsị ya na ngwa na ọpụ shinga ahụ pụọ ha ewere igodo agbachie yi na ụmụ ya ha mana Chineke emeela ndị na-ekwuchite ọnụ ndị na-enwe onye na-ekwuchitere ha bịa nnọọ gbata ọsọ si ngwa na ihe emegenu mgbe abịa m ihe onyonyo ya postuo na soshal midia ndị agbata ọsọ si na-eme ya eme onye were si eme ya eme ha wụcha mana ugbu a aka na-eme nyocha gbasara ya bụ
Okay, for people who do not know, this is not fiction, it's not fairy tales. It is happening. It happened here in Lagos State, Ikorodu. Go and read it up yourselves. Very soon, our media team will put up pictures and videos of that incident, so you would see for yourself. Media, take note, she matters. She matters, not health revolution. Okay. So, yes, you would see for yourself how this woman was chased out of her husband's house. The father-in-law padlocked the gates, and he did it with all authority, no remorse, nothing at all. And also, she also alleged that just after her husband's death, they started sharing his properties. This is someone that just died, though. He just died. To tell you how the world is right now. Nobody cares anymore. Now, an update to that story is that the mother-in-law, the brother-in-law, and the sister-in-law to the young widow, Madam Tosin, have all been chased out of the house by security forces. Yes, while investigations are ongoing. And if there's a case of, what is it called now, domestic violence, abuse, they'll be made to face the wrath of the law. And that's why we tell people, do not keep quiet, speak up. Exactly. She has 2 children. It's not like she did. You know, there's something in this world that most times I ask myself, what exactly do people want? She had 2 children for the man. It's not like she did not give birth. Then you say, that's how they say it, right? 2 children, and yet you still chased her out. Locked her out. Few days after her husband's death. What a cruel world. Okay. Calm down. Let's go to the second story. In fact, the stories I see on social media, I've said it countless times. A time will come, I will just stop using my phone. I'll rely more on the small phone, right? Because with what I see, if people do not protect themselves mentally, my goodness. The story of a man who allegedly threw his 2 children from a 3-story building in Abia State. What's that place again? Near the Barracks Junction along Opobo Road in Obingwa local government area of Abia State. This incident happened yesterday. It did not happen last week, yesterday, and it has caused serious panic amongst residents. Now, let's tell you the story. Eyewitnesses said that the man allegedly threw his 2 children from the upper floor in Uria, the upper floor, 3-story building, and attempted to throw down his wife when he reportedly fell. Did you hear the story? Right after throwing his 2 children, he wanted to throw down his wife, and then luck ran out of him. He fell instead of his wife. I don't want to say certain things, right? Oh my God.
Shiba ubi ase ge mba ya wo ụmụ gị. Ọnụ ma ị chọrọ ịnwụ ga nwụnara onwe gị hapụ na ụmụaka kala lọtago ụwa. Iri elu ụwa rie ya rijuo ya hapụ na ụmụaka ka ha gwutu n'ihe ọnụ. Keshi ụlọ dị okpukpu atọ. Shiba ahụ tụrụ ndị vidio anyị ndị ihe anyị ga-etinye na Facebook. Anyị nọ Facebook. Biko gaa Facebook anyị nọ Facebook.
My God.
Shiba ahụ tụrụ ụmụ ya tọọ kembụ. Ozu hụrụ enyerela ahụ ka nwe ya ka abụọ. Tụla ahụ ya. Inweta ahụ ụmụaka.
Oh my God.
Inweta otu ụmụaka dị. Inweta ya ala ebe ahụ. Ka a na-ekwu ka ahụ ya elela nwunye ya ka ọ dọrọ nwunye ebe ahụ dọtụ Chineke emezie amara ka ama nwunye ya ga-ada ya rụzie nwa onye dara.
Okay.
Inweta ndụ ya nwa fọkwara n'afọ.
Oh Lord Jesus.
Inweta.
What a gory sight to behold. I couldn't even watch the videos or even look at the pictures because all I could see was blood everywhere. Even our social media, people will have to put it online, but please, viewers' discretion is advised. If you know you cannot, your mind cannot withstand what you're going to see, please do not go there. I beg you. As we speak right now, both children, from what we can hear and what we can see, both children survived that fall.
Okay.
Although details of their medical condition is not what we can ascertain at the moment. Because do you know what it is to fall from a 3-story building? Okay. My God. What if their heads hit the ground?
Ihe ọzọ anyị makwa na-enwe ihe ka na-akpọ internal bleeding.
Exactly. So we have a lot to actually talk about this morning because I do not understand what is going on anymore. I do not understand the kind of world we have found ourselves. Is it a crime to be a child? Is it a crime to be a woman? Let's start from that angle. Okay. Because if you look at these two stories closely, you will find out, you will discover that the people suffering mostly are the women and the children. Okay. What is going on? So if a woman loses her spouse, she should not continue living her life because she has lost her spouse. The man who threw his children from a 3-story building, was he under the influence of drugs? What could be the problem? That will make someone with his too clear open eye throw down children.
Okay, check in. Lewe na anya ọ ga-awụ nọ na enwe na ọtụtụ ihe ụmụaka gabirila n'aka nwoke a. Ka o ruzuru n'ogo. Ama m ịghọtara ihe na-apụọla nwoke a n'anya. Isizi oke ya ngwa ụmụ ya. Ka ilu ụmụ gị okpukpu ụlọ atọ. 3-story building.
Okay, so we're going to be talking about this issue of silent crisis in the homes, the issue of widowhood eviction, the issue of domestic violence, broken homes, broken systems. Now, let's even look at this critically, the role of the in-law. Where does the line fall between family taking over property and cruelty and wickedness? There are two different things. Our son has died, though. By right, we own some of his properties, right? Madam, sit down. Let us talk about this thing. How are we going to share the property? Or this is what the family has agreed. Understand me, oh? Even if you don't want to acknowledge her presence, Abi, but you courtesy demands that you call her, sit her down. But that should be after the mourning period. Abi, is that not how they do it? After the man must have been buried, right? Not while he's still in the morgue.
Akasigi abali asato. Mami watara ka na-eme nwaanyị avom n'anya di ya ka dị ndụ ka ọ nwere ebe ọ gara. Iwa ala. Ka buru hu another one bịara hu bịa bukwasa hu ya n'elu. Si ya ngwa na akwara nna ndị mmadụ
So we are going to differentiate today for people who do not know. So you know when you are being wicked. And extremely cruel to a fellow human being, because some people will tell you, "Oh, it's tradition. Tradition permits it. I'm the diokpara, right, of the house. By right, I should inherit all the property." No wahala, to each his own. However, we will point out some things here today that will make you know that what you've been doing all along is just sheer wickedness. You've been wicked. You've been cruel. You've been inhumane to a fellow human being. Whether she's your daughter-in-law or not, whether she was married or not, you have been inhumane to that woman. So we are going to point out a lot of things to differentiate between these two things. But before then, let's open up the phone lines for people who would want to call in and be a part of our conversation. Network is a little bit tricky this morning. However, you could go on our Facebook page, Echo FM 100.7 and Echo FM. You get to see pictures and videos of both incidents that we read out this morning. The phone numbers.
0911 20022 0911 20022 mabukwan 0707 454 1014 0707 454 1014.
Alternatively, you can send us a WhatsApp message on 0707 491 3438. Go to Facebook right now and you see the pictures and including the video of the man, the father-in-law, almighty father-in-law with his senator. Up and down. Locking the gates. You need to see his face. No joy, no smile, nothing at all. Well, you will cool off. Thank God you've been arrested. You're going to cool off in the police cell.
Hello. Hello, Shimata. How are you?
We're doing great. Good morning to you.
Morning to you also. I'm Brochetta calling from Modago Street this morning.
You're welcome. Go ahead, please.
Okay. What I just want to say is that the situation in the world now is getting very pathetic. But I think on the issue of the woman whose mother-in-law has stepped out of the house, that's why I always advise every woman who is entering into marriage, you make sure that the marriage is legally done. Because in a situation like this, if it is just a marriage that is being done within backyard, you won't even have it. You won't even have any evidence later to go to court and then claim the property of your husband. It's very important. I wish to advise every lady, no matter how hot you are to get into marriage, be slow, enter into marriage legally and very gracious. And I will advise men, please, men. Every man this time around should be patient enough with the family, no matter what. I don't know what happened to the family that caused the man to throw the children from a three-story building. Whatever happened is inhuman to that man. But anger can cause a lot of things, especially those who used to take some certain, things into their man. So please, the world is getting so challenging. And also, I also want to advise ladies these days, even though it seems that they are more vulnerable than men. We ladies, the ladies in their own sense of life, should be very cautious and moderate in the way they do their things to avoid getting into some certain problems caused by themselves. That's my advice. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Brother Shadrach. He emphasized mostly on getting a legal marriage done before you enter into the house of any man, especially for the women. I agree with him. I don't know. Okay. And we lost that one. Let's see if this will connect.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, no. What's going on this morning? Keep your calls coming in 0911 20,022 or you call 0707 454 1014.
Hello.
Hello.
Is that a child? Hello? Okay, what's going on this morning?
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. Welcome.
My name is Okezuon. I'm calling from Okwe in a good idea of Imo State.
Go ahead.
See, what causes all these things is partly ignorance and illiteracy. Whatever a man owns, he owns that with the wife. So when a man dies, whatever belongs to the man is owned by the wife and the children. For somebody to come and claim anything when the man dies, it is even illegal. So this is sheer wickedness. Even if you are not in good time with the daughter-in-law, your son dies, you have the audacity to try the woman just like that. No. The woman claims whatever belongs to her husband. If the husband is dead, they own everything together.
That is what I said. That's all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And also, what should women look out for the issue of domestic violence? I'm talking of the second story now, where the man was about throwing. Yes, go to Facebook. The video is up, and you will see people gathering around these children, carrying them around, thanking God that they are alive.
Hey.
I can't even watch this. What is this? These children are below 5 years old. Oh my God. Below 5. And you can see community members trying to take them to the hospital on a bike. One should be around maybe 4, and the other should be around 2. How did they survive this? How did they survive this fatal fall? Oh my God. Wonderful. Okay, so for cases like this, now for the second story, what should women look out for? Now, I've heard cases where some people will say, oh, my husband is extremely jealous. He doesn't want me to talk to other people on the phone. He doesn't want me to even have anything to do with my friends, my family members. I have heard cases where some men will seize the phones of their women and say, no, you see that call, you're not going to make them. Extreme jealousy, isolation, controlling everything that the woman does. What you wear, your money. You are the one making the money. They are controlling it. Yes, so apart from entering his account, exactly. What did you? I thought they paid you salary 50,000 naira, and now you are telling me you have only 5,000. What did you do with the money? For her own money, not your money. You want to control everywhere, control what she wears, control who she visits, even if it has to do with family members. You don't want her to have to do anything on her own. And then you start to threaten her. Now, for the first story, they were legally married. You can go on Facebook and you see pictures of herself and her husband. So it's not a case of, she gave birth outside where. No. She got legally married to that man. Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Ladies from the studio.
Good morning.
Lara Enezembaka, the commander of English.
Hello. Good morning.
Listen to me. I keep after calling you from Amadeke.
You're welcome. Go ahead.
Oh, the story is so shocking. But not the same, we still have to talk about it. This issue of somebody who the husband died and the family members are chasing her out under just within the space of 1 week. Sometimes I do ask people, I don't know if they are under substance or what. It's like they programmed the death of the man.
Oh my God.
They already arranged. When you start looking at it, I'm not far from the truth. Because for them to have done this means they are waiting for the death of the man to hear that this man is dead, so that they can grab the whole thing. What if this man in question does not have anything? He doesn't have anything to give to inherit from the wife and the children.
Okay.
We did the same way they rushed to lock up the whole place. Take care of those children and the wife. You see the case where a man died and the wife is suffering with just because the husband has nothing to inherit. The family members has nothing to offer. And she start walking around the streets suffering. We then still grab the whole thing like that. Which is no. So I don't understand what is going on. About the man who threw down the children from 3-story building. Somehow, I don't know that man. If not that something happened, we would have checked his brain already.
Exactly.
But already now, the brain is somehow.
Oh my God.
How can you throw down what people have been walking around looking for, spending billions of naira just to answer just one, and you have two boys for that matter, and threw them up from 3-story building. That man, I don't think it's within his
senses.
They just need to check in outside the incident that happened. Thank God he didn't throw the wife. We don't know the next thing he will have done. If he had achieved throwing the wife
Achieved
to
his
children and all
aim.
that.
Okay.
Oh, we
You
can
understand? So we just thank God it happens like that. And he himself has seen the result of what he's done to his children. And he feels the pain too. If he is alive and woke up, maybe tomorrow God says you will be alive. Then if the children are going through, the children might be on the safer side more than him. Because he's an adult. God has a way of helping children. Before you know it, this might just, if they tell you anything such happens to them,
You won't even believe. Oh my God.
Yeah, but he, no.
Thank you.
There
Thank you
was.
so much, Engineer
There
Chinon. So from those stories, I keep having goosebumps all over my body. I can't even imagine. Like if you look at my skin now, you will see a lot of goosebumps all over because I'm just imagining, God forbid, if that was an adult, will he survive?
Okay.
Though he fell, I believe he also smashed his own head. Okay, that's Nemesis for you. Let's see if he's going to even survive it. But you see those children, God will have mercy and nothing will happen to them. More calls, please.
Hello.
My beloved sisters, good morning and happy weekend in advance.
Good morning. You're welcome.
Did I call from Redeemable Miri?
Go ahead.
My time starts from you people first. Rather is using Igbo. So that the guy actually now to see Igbo.
Okay.
Igbo si na ebe a na-adụ nwa nwere nne na nna ọdụ nke na-enwe nne na nna na-amụta ha. Iwu nwaanyị ị na-anụ bekee. Krara nọdụ a ime ka ịghọtala. Ọ bụrụ na ezinụlọ ị nọ alaike oge ahụ gị n'anya. Omume gara adịghị na-atọ ha ụtọ mụta ha maka stori a bikos ndị Igbo si na-enwe onye shuara mmiri si na ọ ga-ada elu. For my sister, I just want to thank you too. I know that the English is for everybody, but I want to appeal that we can never judge wickedness with as our son. We want to inherit his property. This is pure wickedness. Even I see the family as people that hate their son. If someone says that their hand is the dead of that their son, they are not far from the truth. Your son died under 8 years. You are not even crying and living in pain for leaving these little children and his wife. You are only interested in the property. What type of wickedness is this? So I just want to appeal that the people listening are learning. Don't force yourself in marriage. And whenever you force yourself in marriage, try to know you are right. And I still want to thank social media. They are doing wonderful because since social media come on board, it has been a help to many people. Because if this thing was not posted in social media for people that came for rescue and help, if many are dying in silence.
Very true.
Many are passing through more than what we are hearing this morning. But they don't know where to let the complaint or who will rescue them. I pray that this morning their own rescuer and helper will come for them in Jesus' name.
Amen. Thank you.
Going to different workshop and where I been taught people. I have appealed to men like me. Let us use pattern of our forefathers in handling domestic violence and problem at home. Either that the father will stop eating the food of the wife because he does something wrong, or he will walk out of the home. If it is a woman, he will decide to return back to his family and let them know what is passing through before the solution to solve the problem will come. This being bitterness, wickedness to your family, it's going too much.
Okay.
So I want to appeal that religious leaders, clergy, traditional rulers, even as we are going to August meeting, women should help in sanitizing other women. How you can be able to stop this domestic violence without killing or destroying your home.
Thank you.
This is wicked to your own family and children, and you need to condemn.
Thank you
Thank
so
you and God
much.
bless you.
Brother Nnamdi, we appreciate you for your call this morning. And Clara, I don't know if you would agree with me that majority of the issues happening in the homes today, would need you to seek the services of a third party. Seek the advice of a third party. Gone are those days. They'll tell you, keep quiet. We will manage it. You cannot manage it. At the end of the day, your life will be on the line. That's what I can see. It's either you tell your parents or you tell an elderly person, just talk to anybody. Talk to them. Let it be that you said something first. Okay, now, for instance, in the case of the man who threw down his children, if he had succeeded in throwing his wife, maybe she would not be alive to tell the story today. Because something must have led to it, right? But now, he's the one in that situation. You can see him in the Hilux van, bleeding all over. You know, he actually smashed his head. So if it was the woman, and maybe she was managing, you know, keeping it within herself, and threats have been coming from the man, I will kill you, I will kill your children, I will do this, I will do that. And she kept it to herself up until this time. What if she had died? What if it was her or it was the lady who fell from the 3-story building and not the man? Maybe she wouldn't have survived. So that's why we tell people, it's not like in those days, yes, I know you want to protect your family name. You want to protect your integrity. You want to protect this one. My sister, my brother. Okay. That's it. And then the man will tell lies. He will say a lot and people will believe. He might even say she's the one that threw the children. Turn the case upside down.
Oh, I see one this and that.
Okay, now let's try to differentiate, because you see these things we are talking about. It's not like we've not been talking about it over the years, but it seems more like some people are just too stubborn. They don't want to listen. There's a difference between compassion and rush. When you are not being cruel, for instance, you have lost a son.
Okay.
You should learn to discuss the property issue after the mourning period with the elders. It's going to involve the elders. It will involve the lawyers. If that man had got lawyers before he died. And also the widow of the man. If you do not know this today. Why?
Oh.
She's still bearing the name of that man. She's a part of the family.
Okay.
Yes. After the mourning period, because you have to give her time to grieve. Now, what's the difference between that and being wicked?
Okay.
When you give her eviction notice during the mourning period, before the burial, 8 days after the death of the man, like we can see in the trading story, that is not part of tradition, Oga. That is wickedness. Yes. Number 2, there's a difference between the legal action, being transparent, and doing it by force. When you go as far as getting the lawyer, if the man had a will before his death, yes, you can use the will. There could be letters of administration the man must have left. You know, that is you following the law. When the property has been documented, you now say, okay, this man left a wife, and 2 sons, or one girl, or 2 girls, or 4 girls, 2 sons. In the normal Nigerian setting, African setting, you say, the man needs a heir. He needs to have a son. Oh, we can do 2 sons. Okay. Did you put them into consideration?
Okay.
No, you didn't. Now, when you use the will, you use the letter of administration, you follow the due process. That is you following the law and not being cruel. However, you are cruel when you start to use threats, when you raise thugs, when you bring village meetings, you organize village meetings without her knowledge. That is not tradition. That is intimidation of the highest order. And thank God that women are now being educated. There are some women you don't try this with. There are some women, you dare not. I say you dare not. That is why I tell every woman, be financially independent. Make your money. So that if issues like this happen, definitely they'll find a way to block the man's account. Yes, block his account so you don't have access. They will take all his properties. But if you are financially independent, my sister, when such an issue arises, you will take care of yourself. at that moment when you have been chased out, first of all, while you are also planning to get a lawyer or to go to court, you have something to fall back on, because definitely you might not want to go back to your parents.
Okay. And that mama.
Yes. Number 3, what's the difference between providing or provision and abandonment in such a case as the first issue? Even if the house goes to the family finally, it is your responsibility as the father-in-law not to intimidate that woman, but to find an alternative accommodation.
Okay.
You say, okay,
with two.
yes, my hands are tied, my daughter. See, my umunna, my family say they must take over the man's house.
Okay.
My daughter-in-law, the only thing I can do for you is to find an alternative accommodation.
Yes.
Find a way for the upkeep of those children.
Okay.
That is provision. Word of abandonment. She and the children, you have to leave this house. You have to leave. And then you leave them homeless. You leave them broke. And you cut them off from their fathers, from her husband's belonging. And then the property all of a sudden becomes family property.
And
car, house, clothes, shoes. Let's take more calls before we continue.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, let's try this. All right, we have messages on Facebook. Let's try to take messages on Facebook. Adanaya Onyema Deborah says, now, wow, please, I cannot see the video of the man who threw his children down from the story building. I'm only seeing the other one. Well, it's on Facebook now. You see the man. They didn't actually put up the video of the man throwing the children, right? That video was recorded after the incident. When the man fell and was also being rushed to the hospital. Leno Amy says, thank you, Lord, for saving the children. It can only be the Lord's doing. Thank you very much, Leno. I'm trying to get to other messages. Adanaya says, the man is very wicked and heartless. This one, don't pain you. Sorry about that. Joseph Ogbona Joe says, it's my first time of watching you people on Facebook. You look amazing. You look beautiful. It's Klakla. Klakla is glowing. You're glowing as usual. Why are you rolling your eyes? Okay. Joseph says, Joseph is my name from Old Road Naked there. Thank you. This lady's issue rings a bell in my head. A similar thing that happened to my sister who lost her husband. She thought she was loved until her husband died. The husband's first... Oh, maybe she's trying to say the sister-in-law and her people came to collect everything the husband left behind. But due to the help of our co-tenants and landlord, their plans were aborted, including generator, motorcycle, everything. If you think they love you, wait until you lose your husband. Then you will understand that their own is no greater love than self-love. This is why, as a woman, before you go into marriage, you must think back and front. Because these days, some people are not what they pretend to be. And for the man that threw his children overboard, I am speechless. Notwithstanding, investigations need to be made to find out why he took such drastic measure. Because things like this can only happen when the children are not his biological children. But whatever be the case, he went too far because that is a murder attempt. This person has summed up everything. DNA. Yeah, Susie Bills. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Keep your calls coming in this morning.
Hello.
Hello.
Ivolachi.
Clara de Clara.
Don't see the
Slim Diva.
Hello. Good morning to you.
I greet you.
I greet you right back. What's your name, please?
Alex on the line.
Okay.
I call from Odagun Street.
All right. Go ahead.
You see, what causes this
issues we are discussing right now is joblessness. You know, some families, if, for example, now in my own family, where all of them get a meaningful means of livelihood and they are doing their business, they are all married with their own family. This thing can never happen. You see, the main reason they depend on their brother. They think that as wife, that with the children, you go after the property. It's not done anywhere. It's lack of, you know, they don't see anything they depend on they are doing. They now resort to all these kind of things. So I advise families to stay clear from any of their brothers that maybe have acquired one or two things. Maybe when it's no more, they try to push out the wife. And I advise the women to always make sure that even if you are wedding in church, go and do this court marriage when you got married.
Okay.
Just go and do court marriage, and because that will give you a legal backing if something like this happens.
Happens.
If you go to court, even all of them will